Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Boom Shikha and I welcome you to my channel, to all of the INFJ videos that I've done. A lot of you guys have been asking me questions and commenting, and I'm really appreciating all that information and feedback. In today's video, we'll be speaking about purpose and meaning and how INFJs need a lot of meaning in their life and in their careers and in their relationships and all that stuff. We just don't go into anything without any meaning. Like, even if we are with a friend, we need to have that friendship have meaning. We need to have our relationships in general, acquaintances as well, have meaning. And specifically, we need to have meaning in the jobs that we do, the work that we do, right? When I was very young, I was surprised that a lot of people that spoke to me constantly told me that the way I would choose my job or career is based on how much money I was going to make from it. They're like, well, yeah, become a lawyer because you're going to make loads of money in it. Become an actress because you're going to make lots of money. I mean, like, they focused on it because of the money that you'd make from it, not because of anything else. And I was really confused as a child because I was thinking to myself, but that is not important. For some reason, it wasn't, even though my parents were really poor and we were really poor when I was young, I did not care about money because I knew that money would come, and I was not the kind of person who bought a lot of things. I didn't have a lot of needs. I just wanted to have a job or a career that would help me contribute to the world in a meaningful way. I wanted to contribute to the world so that the world would be left a better place because of me. I wanted to contribute to the world in a way that I wanted to find meaning in my career, in my life in general, but also in my career. We spend 8 to 12 hours a day working, right? That a majority of our life is spent at work in a lot of cases, right? We're spending a lot of time at work, we're doing a lot of work. We want to make sure that we have meaning in it, specifically, especially for INFJs. I was always surprised to meet people when I was younger that did not care about finding meaning in their jobs. They thought it was not necessary. And I would just look at them baffled. I think to myself, but you're going to be spending so much time doing this. Don't you want to find purpose in it? Don't you want to find meaning in your job? And they would look at me like, no. And they would look at me like I was insane, right? Like, why does it matter? You're going to make money from it. That's all that matters. You make money and then you have purpose and meaning in the rest of your life. You go on the weekends and do the things that you care about. You go on vacation and do the things that you care about, right? For me, that did not make sense. I did not like that way of living. I didn't understand that way of living. Of course, I want to have meaning in my career, right? I want to have meaning and purpose in my life in general. And if I'm spending 12 hours or whatever it might be a day on work, I want to have meaning in it, right? So I decided to become a doctor because I was like, well, I'll be saving people. I mean, how much more impact can you have, right? And my goal with doctoring was I wanted to join Doctors Without Borders and travel around the world, helping people, saving people, blah, blah, blah. Right? When I got rejected from med school, all of a sudden, boom, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'm not going to be able to become a doctor, so what should I do? I went into the spiral of depression and craziness because I could not figure out how to bring meaning into my life. I was also on the crossroads where I wanted to bring meaning into my life and my career, but my parents kept on saying, you need to make money in order to live in this world. Right? You need to make money, you need to make money. So I wanted to find something that had meaning, that had a lot of meaning to me specifically, but would also be able to make me money so I'd be able to survive on this planet, right? Which is, to me, how in the past was a very difficult thing. I wanted to be a writer, but I was told over and over again, you're never going to make money from being a writer, right? And it wasn't the kind of time where there was a lot of YouTube and all that stuff going on, so it wasn't the kind of way that I could do an online business, or in my head I couldn't, at least, right? And so constantly, over the last 10 to 15 years, I was constantly searching for a career, for a job that would give me purpose and meaning. I'd go into a new role, I'd find a new job. I'd find jobs very easily because I'm an INFJ and I know how to charm people, and I know that I know how to do my job. I'm a very hard worker. That's not an issue, right? I would never jip my employers. Right? That's not us, right? We're not gonna lie to them. So we said we were honest, and I got jobs, and I would start a job, and I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I can make this work. Maybe I can make this work. I really want to make this work. Please, universe, help me make this work. I want to stick to this job. I want to enjoy it. I want to keep to it. There's so many people who are able to stay with jobs forever and ever and ever. I want to be one of those people, right? And so I would start this new job. In the beginning, I would try to be as gung-ho as possible. But as time went on, I realized that a majority, like 90% of the jobs I was doing, or like the tasks I was doing for this job, were meaningless and useless. And sitting in meetings mostly, like just nonsense time wasters. Doing tasks mostly that I'm thinking to myself, why am I wasting my time on this? Just because I want to sell more software to some person in the future or whatever. Like, it just seems so dreadful to me. Now that I think about it, I'm like so suffocated by it. Like, I just can't even believe I've spent so much time on nonsensical tasks like that. Now, of course, most people will spend time on those tasks and they'll find meaning in their own way, and they'll think that, you know what, that's awesome. I'm contributing in a way, I'm contributing to the economy, I'm doing all this stuff. Great. So they would be happy with that, right? They would be totally happy with that. I wanted to be one of those people. I really, 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 really wanted to be that person. 10 times more reallys, right? I really wanted to be that person. I wanted to find meaning in all these jobs, but I couldn't. And so I'd stay for a year and a half, 2 years, and I'd get sick of it. I'd be so unhappy. I'd be so unhappy that my body would start reacting against it. I would start getting back spasm. I'd start getting so sick all the time that I didn't want to go to work. I couldn't. Basically, I was sabotaging myself from going to work. So I do all these things because I was unhappy, because I did not find any meaning in the roles that I was doing. It is not that we are lazy, and this is one thing that I had to realize over time, was that I'm not lazy. I work like a dog when I really care about it. But for some reason, all these jobs didn't motivate me enough. There was no meaning in them in reality. It was basically just selling software, selling crap, more crap to people that don't need more crap. So it didn't matter to me. I didn't care about it, guys. I didn't care about it. And so I did not want to go to work, and I became lazier and lazier, and eventually I'd leave because I was like, I just can't do this anymore, right? Every single time I'd leave, though, they'd be unhappy about it because obviously I am a good worker and I do a good job. Even at 50% capacity, I'm still doing a better job than most people, so they still wanted to keep me on. I just wasn't motivated enough to stay at these jobs. And I'm so lucky because all the jobs I found were filled with great bosses, great people, great colleagues, great company, great structure, flexibility, good benefits, everything. Like, I mean, they were all perfect jobs. And every single time I'd leave, my parents would look at me like I was insane. They'd think, but that was a great job. Why did you leave? And I think to myself, but I'm so unhappy. I don't know how to explain to you guys, but I just can't stay in this job. No matter how great it is in other people's eyes. In my eyes, it was just meaningless, right? And it was so meaningless that I was getting sick because of it. Right? I was physically getting sick because of it because I didn't want to go to work. I'd be sick all the time. I'd be coughing and hacking. I get a cold, and then I get a flu, and then I get my back spasms, and it was just like I was deteriorating. I was falling apart. And as soon as I quit the job, I'd completely be fine. You know, as soon as I left, instantaneously, I would be fine. There would be no headaches, no flu symptoms, no colds, and no back spasms, right? So as time went on and I learned more about myself, I realized that these back spasms and all that stuff is not because of like posture or because I wasn't sitting on a computer all day long. Partly because of that, but a lot of it was psychological pain. I was doing this to myself because I did not want to go to work. Not again because I was lazy, but because I wanted to find a job that had meaning in it. And I wasn't able to do that with these jobs, right? I can't say I wish I'd learned that earlier because we need to go through the process to learn it. But now that I have learned that fact about myself, I know when I join a company, well, I haven't worked at a 9-to-5 job in a while because I work on my own business, but I know if I ever join a company, it has to have a lot of meaning to me. It has to have some kind of higher purpose. I have to be doing a role in there that makes a difference in the world, has an impact on people, that changes lives in some ways, right? It has to have all those criteria associated with it. Otherwise, I don't think I would be able to stick to it again, right? The job that I have right now is an online business. I write. I'm a science fiction writer. So if you guys want some of my books, let me know. And I create video courses on Udemy. So a lot of meaning to me. Like, I do creative work all day long. The work that I'm doing, I really care about. I get a lot of feedback from the work that I do. People message me all the time telling me they love my courses, or love my writing, or love my videos. You know, I get a lot of gratification from it. And I know I'm making impact because a lot of people message me saying the same thing, that they felt a change, they became more positive, or were inspired by me, all that stuff, right? So impact and meaning, I have both of that right now. And I work still 12 hours a day. I work a lot. But no back spasms, no flu symptoms, no cold symptoms. I am healthy as a horse. I can work days on end without food and water and sleep. I love what I do. And I want to do more and more of it. I want the days to be extended, the days to be longer, the years to be longer so I can do more work before I die. I am so excited to get up every morning and I want to get to work as soon as possible, right? So that is the difference in between a meaningless career and a meaningful career. Now, I'm not saying for all of you to quit your job and start your own businesses. It's not that I'm saying that, of course. I don't know. It's not for everyone, basically. But I do implore you guys, if you're an INFJ and if you're finding it difficult to stick to a career, it is not you guys. You're not lazy. Please stop saying that to yourself. I know everyone is probably thinking that about you or saying that to you, or you're probably saying it to yourself because we're so harsh to ourselves. You're not lazy. You're not doing this because you're lazy. It's because you don't find meaning in your careers, right? Other personality types can do a job just for the money. And they can do a job for the money because they're like, well, it's the money. Like, I'm doing the job for the money. That's totally fine. They'll be fine with that. They won't even notice a difference, guys. That's fine. Let them do that. We cannot compare ourselves to them, right? We're different. We're different personalities. Some people are fine with that. Other people are not. We are not. We need to have meaning in our careers, right? It would be ideal, of course, if you had meaning and money. And so that's what I want you guys to build and think about. How can you bring that into your life where you're doing a job where you have meaning as well, right? That is the perfect ideal mix. And there are a lot of people who are doing that on this planet. I want you guys to believe that it's possible for you, and also for you to realize that this is important. It's extremely important because we spend a lot of time at work, right? We spend our entire lives at work mostly. We spend more time at work than we do with anything else. So if you're going to find a job that's meaningless, you're going to leave eventually and you're going to hate yourself for it. I don't want you to hate yourself. We already do a lot of hating to ourselves. I want you guys to love yourself, at least in the career way, right? Find meaning. Different people will find meaning differently. Perhaps you are going to work with animals and that's going to give you meaning. Perhaps you're going to work with people, coaching, and that's going to give you meaning. Perhaps you're going to go volunteer in Africa. That's going to give, whatever it is, find meaning. And that is when your career and your lifestyle and your persona of your work is going to completely change. That's when you're going to be excited to go to work like I am, instead of dreading it, instead of getting sick because of it. Make sense? I hope this does. I hope that this is a good start to it. I might talk a little bit more about it in the future, but I wanted to start it off like this. I hope it makes sense to you guys. I'm so grateful again that you guys are listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.